another week, time for another chapter in your weekly cultural diary, Colors of India. I'm Teena Jha, bringing you up to date with all the latest cultural events from the city. So without wasting any time, let's start with the highlights first. This week, we explore the magic of mythology through ballet dance. Next, some glimpses of Hungarian wildlife. And finally, the most phenomenal Melon Festival. Training in the dance form ballet requires an obsessive discipline and commitment. This year's annual Ballet Festival was an occasion for the cultural connoisseurs of the capital to steep themselves in a mythological mystique through a rich medium. Transportation to another realm was the theme behind this brilliance. Take a look.
It's called Chakra, or the Wheel of Time. The eternal cycle of life and death, birth and rebirth, formation and dissolution. The supreme light of consciousness begins with the Hiranyagarbha, or the golden egg, the term used for the creator. The Sri Ram Bharati Kala Kendra recreated the magic on stage.
Chakra is all about the cycle of birth and death, and it's from the Padma Puran. So it's not like a faraway this thing. So it deals with how the Atma, which is a non-being, so it is very difficult to show the Atma, which is not a non-being, into the being, how it goes through the 5 elements, enters a woman's body, and this merger of the human body and the soul makes a human being. How the human being then becomes victim of the 5 senses, so then it goes to 5 senses, and then how the Atma is fettered of the senses, like many people are. We are victims of what we want to eat, of greed, or sight, or smell, or anything. And then it wants liberation, so it goes into the return journey, what we call the return journey, to go back to the Hiranyagarbha.
Next comes the birth of the soul. Born after it comes in touch with the 5 elements: air, wind, fire, water, and earth. Herein begins the journey of the soul towards liberation from the senses. The Atma thus makes a full chakra of the cycle of birth and death, attaining moksha by amalgamation into the supreme light of consciousness.
It's a character of a soul which is not very, which is very close to my heart, because we all have souls in ourselves. So it's a beautiful connectivity, because if you are in spiritualism, so you have to concentrate and you have to do meditation, and also, I mean, it's good if you are into spiritualism, then only you can do this character well.
Shri Ram Bharti Kala Kendra's 12th edition of the Festival of Ballets 2015 retains the original theme. They take on a special relevance in modern day society as it battles violence, discrimination and prejudice.
Now this was a magnificent production, identified and harbored so aesthetically some of the most poignant sections of the religious, mythological and folklore activities. With that, it's time for us to slip into a very short break. There's much more to come on the other side. Don't go anywhere. After the break, some rare moments of animal and forest life in Hungarian habitat. Welcome back after the break. Now, in our next segment, we get you an amazing display of native birds and animals from Hungary through the lens of a wildlife photographer. Dipping into a world so far away from the maddening crowds the modern society lives in. Take a look.
The Bakoni Mountains. The Balaton Belt of Hungary. Deep within the protected confines of nature, away from the hubbub of modern life. Also the canvas for ace photographer József Mesterházi, who is back with his latest exhibition. Momentary glimpses into nature's eternal secrets.
Photo exhibitions are very well received, and secondly, this is wildlife, so people like wildlife, and it has a very good response. It really feels like as if you were in the forest, in the wilderness.
Beyond the interest and awe they create, they strike a chord on raising awareness on conservation issues and the fragility of our natural world.
It's very interesting. It's similar wildlife to India, more or less, and very, since these things are becoming rare, so it's quite interesting to see, and it could boost tourism, wildlife tourism in Hungary.
From stories of adventures in jungles across the world to grand exhibitions and illustrations of his photographs in children's books. It's been quite a journey for József Mesterházi. From an early age, it is also about a close acquaintance with nature and its mysteries. Through these pictures, Mesterházi's biggest aim is creating a love for nature's magic and raise a desire to protect it. Some of these evocative animal portraits and spectacular wildlife images are sure to engage young and old.
Some of these evocative animal portraits and spectacular wildlife images are sure to be engaging the young as well as the old. Now switching over to another engaging form of art. There's no denying the fact that here in India, music is an integral part of our lives. Be it joy, sadness and even beyond that, music takes the form of a medicine against a wide range of illnesses. So here's an exclusive show that featured one instrument that's played in all seasons, the simple beauty of the Sarangi. Let's listen in.
Sarangi Festival 2015, celebrating an instrument that's been at the heart of India's musical tradition going back centuries. The word Sarangi is a combination of two Sanskrit words, Sar meaning summary and Ang meaning form. Remembering Ustad Mahmood Khan of the Kirana Gharana, the man who introduced the four-figure techniques to play this beautiful instrument. First on stage, Ahsan Ali Khan, among the brightest stars, holding up the future of the Sarangi. Born into a family of legends, Ahsan Ali is the 7th generation of his family. He has been trained under his father Ustad Asif Ali, with Ahsan Ali accompanying him on tabla. The youngster created magic.
सारंगी फेस्टिवल एक्चुअली इंडियन क्लासिकल में एक बहुत अहमियत रखता है सारंगी। तो सारंगी जो है धीरे धीरे बहुत मतलब जितने पहले लोग इसको बजाते थे उतना कम होती जा रही है। तो इस प्रोग्राम का करने का मकसद ये है कि सारंगी की लोगों के बीच जाए, इसका साउंड, इसकी क्लैरिटी, इसका जो स्टाइल है बहुत यूनिक है, बहुत डिफरेंट है, इंडियन वोकल को बहुत मैच करती है।
द कंप्लीट इंस्ट्रूमेंट इज द सारंगी बिकॉज इट हैज़ अ रेजोनेंस, इट हैज़ अ 3 main strings and it's played by the bow, and the sympathetic strings is 38. So a sarangi player tunes 38 strings according to the main raga or the theme, whatever he's going to play. So it's quite a difficult instrument.
Up next, Sarwar Hussein, who started learning sarangi from his grandfather at the age of 9. Sarwar is the only sarangi exponent of this generation who plays in the highly technical tappa style. The detailed grounding in the art that he received from Padma Shri Ustad Abdul Latif Khan reflected in his thought-filled style of rendition.
सबसे अच्छी बात है कि उस्ताद महमूद खान साहब जो बड़े विद्वान थे उनके नाम से हो रहा है, और ख़ास बात यह है कि सारंगी ही सारंगी हो रही है, मतलब एक दिन में 3 सारंगी, तो सारंगी के बाद सारंगी बज रही है। ये एक बहुत अच्छी सोच है। और सारंगी जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट है वो जिस तरीके से गवैये की तालीम होती है, गाने वाले की तालीम होती है, वैसे ही सारंगी की तालीम होती है। जो पलटे वो रियाज़ करते हैं, बंदिशें याद करते हैं, वैसे ही सारंगी प्लेयर याद करते हैं।
The third performer of the day was Ghulam Ali Khan, the doyen of the Agra Sonipat Gharana. Accompanied by Sabir Hussein on tabla, Ghulam Ali's performance moved the audience to enthrallment.
Instrumental music reflects a high degree of rhythmic sophistication and artistry. Played with virtuosity, it's indeed the perfect treat for any music lover. Well, on that note, it's time for us to slip into another quick break. There's still more to come on the program. Don't go away.
Coming up ahead, a riot of melons in Delhi.
Well, it's the month of May, and one of the highlights this season are its mouth-watering melons. So perfectly timed to match this scorching heat. So let's go across to this exciting melon festival with an array of varieties catching the eye as well as the palate.
When the mercury climbs into the 40s, when bearing the heat becomes a challenge. Well, take some time off and head to the Lodhi Gardens in the heart of the capital to revel in some melon magic at the garden restaurant there. The first to go was mojito with chunks of lemon, watermelon and ice cubes. The mocktail was a delightful refresher. There was also the other thirst quencher martini, double strained and always served chilled. And last but by no means least on the list was margarita, made from blended melon, lime juice and ice.
I'm making the mojito. This is a very refreshing drink. This is a fresh mint and lemon and the fresh watermelon. This is a very refreshing drink. Making the sugar syrup, lemon juice, the top of soda, like the very refreshing drink like this. Other two also like the one making the martini. The basically this is alcohol based. This I'm making the no alcohol, the fresh watermelon and lemon juice, sugar syrup. This also the very refreshing drink, like the refreshing drink like this one. I'm making the margarita. This is the ice base and the fresh melon, lemon juice, sugar syrup, some with the martini glass.
On now to the salads, made from watermelon, salted cheese and roasted nuts with sweet balsamic dressing. Fresh, organically grown watermelon makes the perfect salad, with pine nuts providing a delightful crunch. An interesting tidbit, most of the vegetables here are grown in their own organic farm, making every dish tastier.
We do melon promotion because we are working for seasonal things which we always promote in Lodhi, and fresh products which we are using in Lodhi. So the salad is basically watermelon and with some goat cheese over it. So it's basically very fresh. The watermelon season is coming up, so we are just having a slice of watermelon, and on top which we are putting some lettuce, which is very easy to get from the market, and goat cheese which is available in that, and we are putting some pine nuts. The nuts is basically to give that energy for the salad.
Next in line was grilled sea bass with melon, mint and coriander salsa. Perfectly grilled fish, tangy and minty, served with the grilled muskmelon. The inspired world of luxury, comfort and food, when blended together, churn out everything exotic. The blend of spices and the heavenly ambience makes everything truly alluring.
Main course what we are looking for, looking for meat lovers also, with which we can provide something with melon. So what we do is we slice some melons and we caramelize it with some sugar and then with some olive oil, and we grill the fish, and then we, just to make it more light, we put some salad along with some sun-dried tomatoes over it, and then we add some melon salsa to it. It has all melon, watermelon, muskmelon, all the melons with some chilies in it and some coriander, some lemon juice and olive oil.
The melon magic ended with an appetizing dessert. An assorted platter of fresh water and muskmelon with rose and lime reduction was just perfect. All in all, a feast of impeccable refreshments for this time of the year.
One of the best ways to beat the heat is by indulging into the seasonal fruits. And the current month is all about melons. Biting into the fruit is really healthy and easy, but getting a 3-course meal with different types of melons is what the Melon Festival is all about. So come under the spell of melon magic and wink back at the sun. With camera person Rajdeep, Ravleen Kaur for Rajya Sabha Television. Truly an interesting and refreshing concept to beat the scorching summer. And with that, it's time for us to take your leave. We'll see you same time next week with more exciting, interesting and colourful stories. But until then, take very good care, stay safe and keep watching Rajya Sabha TV.